Today, film is a huge industry that affects society in numerous ways, including socially, economically, and artistically. The growth of the motion picture to its valuable place in modern society began in the late 19th century. In 1891, Thomas Edison and his assistant William Kennedy Laurie Dixon invented the kinetograph, one of the earliest forms of motion picture cameras. They also developed the kinetoscope, a large wooden box with a small hole on top, allowing a single viewer to watch a short motion picture. This device began commercial production in April of 1894. Edison was also the first to construct a studio for the sole purpose of making movies. Called the Black Maria, Edison's studio created over 300 films, though most of these were under a minute and had no plot. The first movie theater, Tally's Electric Theater, was completed in 1902. In 1903, Edwin S. Porter, a former cameraman for Edison, wrote, directed, and produced The Great Train Robbery, a 12-minute movie with 14 unique scenes and the first American movie with a narrative. The movie follows a gang of bandits as they rob a train and are eventually thwarted. Edison himself said that, "This sensational and highly tragic subject will certainly make a decided hit whenever shown. In every respect we consider it absolutely the superior of any moving picture ever made." This film was a turning point for film and affected multiple aspects of society. It made going to the movies a national pastime, created a multi-billion-dollar industry, and developed several filming techniques that made movies a true art form, a means of conveying a story and a tone. Edison's short kinetoscope films were a single-viewer experience, and most people would go to kinetoscope parlors to view many of these short films consecutively. The Great Train Robbery set the scene for longer, more complicated movies that many people saw together in one movie theater. This has since been the way that people watch new movies, and was and still is a very popular social activity. Many small towns throughout America had movie theaters as one of their only permanent entertainment venues. All social classes could afford the 5-cent price of admission, and as such movies became an important social experience for everyone. According to the Motion Picture Association of America, movie theaters continue to draw more people than all theme parks and major U.S. sports combined, and more than 2/3 of the U.S./Canada population aged 2+, or 221.2 million people, went to a movie at the cinema at least once in 2011. The Great Train Robbery was a major catalyst for the popularity of movie theaters. This movie also spurred the career of Gilbert M. Anderson, more commonly known as Broncho Billy Anderson, who played 3 different roles in the film. Anderson is widely recognized as the first Western star, and says that it was the popularity of the Great Train Robbery that inspired him to work in the industry. Since then, movie stars have remained in the public consciousness, and they are ubiquitous in popular culture. As the Great Train Robbery created one of the first movie stars and was a major catalyst for the popularity of movie theaters, it significantly affected the way Americans live and act socially.
The creation of the Great Train Robbery marked the beginning of a new era for the entertainment business and opened new doors for the economy. According to PBS, patents and trusts dominated filmmaking from the very beginning. Soon after the production of this film, many companies began to vie for a share of the new motion picture industry. The Great Train Robbery influenced this film boom by being the first popular motion picture. Due to the growth in audiences, the film business slowly but surely became a leading industry in the United States. As their popularity grew, larger and larger viewing areas were needed. This led to the construction of Nickelodeons, or cinemas that only cost a nickel to get in. This caused the mass production of films to begin. According to Tino Ballio, an expert on the history of the American film industry, motion pictures are ranked first in the entertainment industry. This is because movies are a national pastime that makes immense amounts of money. In the 1900s, a movie ticket costs up to 10 cents, approximately $2.50 in 2013. Today, a movie ticket ranges from $7 to $10. The box office gross for 2012 was over $10 billion. These numbers show how much the movie industry has grown since its dawn, and we have the Great Train Robbery to thank for its success. The Great Train Robbery also had a major influence on the arts. Of course, it influenced motion pictures most directly. The director used several new innovative techniques that were virtually unheard of before the 1900s. For example, the director used parallel editing and cross-cutting. This means that the scenes were not necessarily shot in order and that the editor changed the scenes separately before finally tying them together. Also, the main camera would jump back and forth, which gave the audience better perspective of the scene. The Great Train Robbery was the first film to use special effects as well. In the fourth scene, during a fist fight with a fireman, a jump cut replaced the actor with a dummy, which was thrown off of the train. In addition, a scene was added either to the beginning or end of the movie that showed the leader of the bandits shooting a gun directly at the audience. These two special effects oftentimes startled the audience. It is said that some viewers in the front row even tried to flee the theater. These innovative techniques were influential to the arts because they were the foundation of the special effects and methods that we use in filmmaking today.
The Great Train Robbery solidified American cinema as more than just a short-lived novelty, and instead proved that it was a legitimate form of art that was also economically viable. This film was undoubtedly a turning point in American society because of its effects on entertainment, the economy, and the arts. This film therefore absolutely deserves the many homages that it has received in subsequent movies.